So I'm going to be reading a book today that I'm going to guess none of you have heard because I actually wrote this book. My mom is an art teacher and an illustrator. So this is a story that I had read my girls, starting with Addie, every night before they went to bed. And I would make lots of different renditions of it. And this was the first one that we decided to actually make a book about. So my mom went ahead and illustrated some of the pages. So this book is called The Cowardly Lion. All right. And you can imagine who our main character is.
And the lion's so scared he wouldn't leave his hole.
Exactly. The lion is very scared. All right. So here goes the book. Once upon a time, deep in the forest lived a cowardly lion. This lion was afraid of everything. He wouldn't even leave his house because he was afraid he would run into a mouse. But one day, he knew he had to leave his house because he was hungry. So the lion got up early in the morning before even the sun was out, and he started to walk down to the river. On his way to the river, early in the morning, he heard a sound. Hoo, hoo, went the sound. He was so scared that he hid behind a tree because he thought it was a giant monster. So the lion peeked out because he heard it again. Hoo, hoo. It's just me, Mr. Owl, said the lion. I was scared. I thought it was a giant monster. So the lion kept walking on down to the river because he was going to try to catch some salmon for dinner. So when the lion got to the river, he started swatting to try and catch the fish, but he couldn't catch any fish. He looked out in the middle of the river and there was a giant bear. And that bear was just catching fish after fish after fish. So the bear yelled over, Mr. Lion, would you like some help? But the bear was so scared that he said, no.
The bear was so scared.
The lion was scared of the bear.
Well, you said that the bear was scared of the lion.
The lion was scared of the bear. So the bear could see that the lion was afraid and wasn't going to ask for help. So he came over anyways, and he said, here, I'll show you how to fish for some salmon. So the bear and the lion climbed out onto some rocks. And the bear said, all right, here you go. Ready, steady, swoop. And the bear picked up a salmon and gave it to the lion. And the lion said, oh, that's easy. Let me try. So the lion swooped down, but he missed. The bear said, okay, I'll show you one more time. So the lion reared up his paw. Ready, steady, swoop. Just as he swooped, the bear slipped off the rock and fell into the river, and the river swept him away. And the lion panicked. Oh no, I can't help him. I'm too afraid. Help! Help! He cried. Help! The lion cried. But nobody answered. The lion, scared and afraid, knew nobody else was going to help the bear. It had to be him. So the lion did the only thing he knew how to do. He took off running after the bear. He ran as fast as he could until he finally caught up to the bear, but he couldn't figure out how he was going to get the bear out of the river. So he jumped up onto a dead tree and pulled it down into the river. The bear caught hold of the tree and pulled himself up one paw at a time until his back paw was on the tree. And then the tree snapped and the bear was sent down the river again. The lion panicked and took off running as fast as he could. He didn't know how he was going to get the bear out. And then finally, he saw a giant cliff that overhung the river. And that's when he heard it. There was a giant waterfall. There was no way the bear would make it if he went over that waterfall. So the lion jumped as hard and as far as he could out on to the stone. Just as he leapt onto the stone, he reached his hand out and caught the bear. He pulled the bear up on to the stone, and they both lay out of breath and panting. The bear, when he finally caught his breath, said, "Mr. Lion, you are the bravest lion I have ever met." And the lion looked at him and said, "Yeah, I guess I am pretty brave." And that's the end of The Cowardly Lion. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for coming in and hanging out. I miss you all so much. I can't hardly believe you're as tall as you all are. It's crazy to me.
You're grown up in your childhood. The change is gonna happen slow.